What's good, Panther Nation? It's your boy, Myron McRae, a.k.a. Tornado McRae, across the skies of the internet, here with another episode of Panther Pride TV, your one-stop shop for all your Panther notifications and your Panther obligations. And I hope all of you had a fantastic weekend. Hope you were able to get out, enjoy the sun, do your dance, have some fun time. Hey, happy Father's Day to all the fathers here in Panther Nation. Hope you were acknowledged. Listen. Dads, stepdads, uncles that step up as father figures, everything in between. We wouldn't be anywhere in this world without y'all. If my father is watching this, Dad, I know I said it yesterday, but happy Father's Day to you. I love you. Hope you had a great day yesterday. But guys, we're going to go ahead and get into today's doc. A few things that have come across my forte, my little echelon of information, as you will. And one thing that's popped up is potentially Carolina may be the new landing spot for a disgruntled rookie. So, kind of caught my eye, and I was like, you know what, let me look deeper into this. And we all have heard about Shemar Stewart and the Cincinnati Bengals contract talks, which have gone horribly wrong. And according to Bleacher Report, a video and an article that they put out, there's more to it. So I found out that the reason why the talks have gone bad isn't necessarily because of the money. The reason why they've gone bad is because of the new language that was put into his contract that was not in the contract of the previous two first-round picks that Cincinnati took. So the language itself, essentially, it was additional language that would allow the Bengals to void future guarantees for Stewart if Stewart were to get in any kind of trouble, whether it's on a suspension for on-the-field conduct, off-field conduct, or anything else like they deem, detrimental. And Stewart's contract is 4 years, $18.94 million, fully guaranteed. So, first of all, I'm going to say this. One, I'm not necessarily against teams having that stipulation in contracts. I'm not, because obviously you want a player to conduct themselves appropriately, and if they start misbehaving X, Y, and Z, then yeah, as an organization you should have that. My issue here, and the reason why I do side with Shemar Stewart, is if they try to slide that past him, like that wasn't a thing. Like if they did not let him know beforehand that this was going to be in the contract, then yeah, that's kind of shady on your part, because your previous two picks didn't have to do that. But now you want to sit there and slide that past Shemar Stewart as an extra void to avoid his contract. And as far as I know, Shemar Stewart hasn't gotten in any trouble in college. I don't recall anything like that. So it feels as though you're targeting him, right? So with that in mind, Shemar Stewart has two options. He can either sit out 2025 and actually be redrafted in 2026. Bro, I didn't even know that was a possibility. I did not even know that was a possibility. Yeah, so if he sits out all of 2025 and doesn't sign his contract by week 10, he can actually re-enter the NFL draft for next year and be drafted by any other team outside of the Bengals. Crazy work. But also, you have the more likely option of he can ask to be traded and play for somebody else in 2025. Now, here's where the trade proposal comes into play. So, Bleacher Report's Mitch Milani decided he put out a list of seven trading spots for Shemar Stewart, and Carolina happened to be one of those spots. So, here was the trade proposal Mitch Milani put out. And I like the fact that he actually gave a legit proposal. I will say that 100%. Thank you, Mitch. You actually put out something we can work with here. He says Carolina would trade DJ Wonnum, a 2026 second-round pick, and a 2027 fourth-round pick to get Shemar Stewart. Nani? Now, I'm going to say this. On paper, to be honest, that's actually a logical trade in my mind. It actually makes a good amount of sense. It builds a young, solid core, and I can see the vision here. I honestly can see the vision. One, it's financially sound because you're getting Stewart on 4-year, $18.94 million. That comes out to an average of 4.73 million, I said? Yeah, so 4.73 million a year. Whereas DJ Wanham, he's on a 2-year, $12.5 million contract, so he's coming out to around 6.25 mil, somewhere around that range. So financially, you're getting a cheaper player at the same position. You're building that solid core because now you have Omamielin, Scorton, and you'd have Shamar Stewart. Shamar Stewart was on the draft radar for Carolina anyways. You're not giving up a bunch of assets to get him. You're doing a one-for-one player and then 2 picks, but those 2 picks are spread out over 2 drafts. Like a second rounder next year and then a 4th rounder the year after that for a first-round talent. I'm not against it. I'm honestly not against it. My only issue then with this trade and where it doesn't make sense would be playing time and fit, because now you have 3 edge rushers fighting for 2 edge rush positions. Omamielin, Scorton, and Shamar Stewart all can't play at the same time. They all can't. We all know that. So making that trade for them, to me, becomes an issue unless you're moving one of them on the interior, which I guess you could do it. I'm not against it if you think one of them's talented enough to do it. But overall, you're going to run into who is the odd man out. Now who is on the trade block to get kicked out of here, because it just doesn't make sense. But every other aspect, it makes sense to me. You have a young foundation to build that's financially sound. You don't have to give up a lot to do it. But it's just the fit. It's just the fit of playing time and who ends up being the odd man out, because now we got 3 guys for 2 slots, and that's not even counting the other vets and things of that nature. So I don't know. I see it, but that fit to me is really important, and I think we have to take that into account. So that's what I think about that, guys. I honestly thought it was interesting and just want to know your thoughts there. Secondly, apparently, a different former Raider may be the answer in our secondary. And this is from a different article on Bleacher Report. This one by Mo Moten. So we know how Mo gets down. So we all do know that Carolina is looking for some secondary help, or at least they're open to adding to the secondary, and a lot of us know some of the players we want. Like, you have example. You have Julian Blackmon, Justin Simmons, Jair Alexander, Asante Samuel. You know, Jalen Ramsey. There are some names out there that are available for secondary help at the DB position, whether it's corner or safety, that Carolina could be looking towards. But Bleacher Report's Mo Moten listed somebody else that I actually have not seen in any capacity or up until this point. And the person he listed was former Las Vegas Raider Jack Jones. And here's what Moten had to say about it. He said, Jack Jones showcased his best and worst with the New England Patriots and Las Vegas Raiders, though he's shown a little more consistency than safety Julian Blackmon at his position in coverage. If Jones focuses on making simple plays rather than spectacular ones, he can be a solid starting cornerback. However, his departure and benching at his previous spots are red flags. Still, Jones can be a serviceable veteran starter for a team that needs an experienced cover defender on the boundary. So, with all that being said, I was like, all right, you know what? I like that assessment, and I can see where Mo's going with it. I didn't know about man's benching. I didn't know anything about that. However, I did go and look at the numbers behind him, and this is what he put up last season for 2024. So, Jack Jones, he put up in 17 games, he had 16 passes defended, 3 interceptions. He allowed only 62.8% completed passes when thrown at his way. However, his passer rating was at a 98.5. And the thing I don't like when I looked at his numbers, he's been in the league for 3 years. And the thing that I do not like is the fact that his passer rating allowed has gone up each year. His first year in New England, it was a 64. It was a 64. His second year, mind you, he got traded midseason, and they showed that while he was in New England, it was at a 101. And then when he first got to Vegas, it was a 68. So then it came down to actually a 75.4, somewhere around there. And then last year, his first full season with the Raiders, it was a 98.5. So the fact that QBs are getting better against him when targeting him, that's a red flag to me. That's a huge red flag to me because I love if the passer rating is going down or staying consistent. That means QBs are not trying you, or when they do try you, they're not making those completions because you're that good at your job. I don't know Jack Jones's game to the fullest. I will say that right now. However, he could be a potential fit, potentially. I'm not going to put him on the highest of highs list. Like, I definitely say, yo, go get Asante Samuel. That's probably my number one guy I'd look at just financially and availability. I'd look at Asante Samuel. Then probably, if we're looking at corners, there's some other guys out there. Jair Alexander is lower on the list just because of injuries. I know Trayvon Diggs' name's been thrown out there, but overall, I say all that to say this. Jack Jones, potential fit there. Would I fully go gung-ho send on it? No. No, I would not. But would I be open to it? Would I hear it out? I'd hear it out. And see what it says. So, I think it could be kind of interesting. I think that's something to think about. And then lastly, guys, I know y'all probably see it on the side. It's like, what is going on? Oh, wait. Did I even show y'all his stats? Hold up. Bruh. You know what? I think I might not have shown y'all his stats. Here it is. And if I showed y'all this already, all right, I apologize. I just wanted to make sure y'all see the numbers because I might have just been talking a lot and not showing y'all the numbers. So here it is. But that's where it's at. And guys, we're going to go into the last topic because I know y'all see it and y'all probably like, why is Justin Timberlake listed on here? And the reason being is because one of our rookies says he's ready to bring sexy back to the Carolina pass defense. And I love it. Bro. I was like, oh, this caught my attention. I want to know about this. So, rookie Princely Umealien was doing an interview with Cassidy Hill of Panthers.com, and she was asking him how to describe his game and what he's looking to bring to Carolina. Saying, here's what Umealien had to say. He said, I would describe my game as, it's a crazy word, but sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you watch me on film, you're not going to see me mauling guys. I can do that, but it's usually more finesse, like footwork, getting guys' hands off me, things like that. Like, as soon as the ball snaps, everything is developing now. In college, I was able to play a little slower and read a little slower, but, like, in these practices thus far, I feel like you have to kind of go without. You have to know the defense enough to go without thinking because of how fast the game's going. Now, listen, hey, I'm all for D linemen, O linemen. If they want to describe their games as sexy, we always hear dudes be like, hey, yo, that's big sexy on the line. Hey, listen, I'm all for it. And if you want to bring sexy back, that's cool. When Carolina last brought sexy back, we did go to the Super Bowl. We did. However, Nipplegate was also a thing in that Super Bowl. So, Princely, I'm all for it. I'm all with it. Just make sure there are no wardrobe malfunctions if we get to the Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. But no, overall, I do love this. I like the way that he knows he's a finesse edge rusher. And when you see the tape, he is very much a finesse edge rusher. He's not a power guy. But being a finesse edge rusher isn't a bad thing. It just means you're smoother about it. You have generally finesse edge rushers. I like them a little bit more because they have more moves in their bag to utilize to get around pass rush. Yes, you can always just mush a guy and just overpower him. But when you meet up with a tackle or a guard that can match you power for power, you got to go deep in the Louis, man. You got to go deep in that bag and pull out some moves that you need. So when you're a finesse guy and you have those moves ready, get your hands off, get around, swim move, half swim move, step. Like, I love that. So the fact that that's how he describes his game and that's how he knows he has to approach this game and being himself. And he's like, yo, I'm bringing sexy back to this defense. We're going to be smooth. We're going to be finesse because smooth is fast and on the edge out of control. Hey, I'm with it. I'm with it. But, guys, that's all I have for today's episode. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're always notified of when these videos are dropping. Next, comment below and let me know, what are your thoughts about the Shamar Stewart trade proposal? Would you do it? Would you not do it? How do you feel about Jack Jones being the DB that Carolina goes out to get and helping our secondary? And are y'all ready for Prince Emmanuel to bring sexy back to the Carolina pass defense? Let me know all these things below because, guys, at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a skinny brother with two tats. Peace. Much love to all you Panthers Nation. Take care. Later days. And as always, keep pounding. I'll see you next time.